Just finished week 68 of the trading challenge, trading from $100 to $1 million. We're currently at 19.8k, which is a 1.3k increase from last week. Once again, didn't take any trades. The market is still pretty dead overall, and I'm not going to trade in this market. There's no point forcing a trade. Most of trading is just, sitting and waiting for an opportunity and not over trading when there's nothing happening. So no point taking trades in a terrible market. But yeah, overall, legit same shit. Holding Morg. I've got 17.8k a Morg, which is down stupidly bad from what we used to have. Ethereum 1.4k and then 500 on Pulse. So yeah, nothing really going on there. Didn't take any trades, not taking any until the market is up. And yeah, overall, we had a nice little exit pump on Pepe and Morg and all that, but pretty weak overall. They didn't really go very high, and they're already overbought. You can see like Pepe is overbought to the levels of pretty much every other high. So not really expecting much more here. You can see like when this was at its highest, that was pretty much the top, just chopped around. Same here, and just chopped around, and then same here. So it can go a little bit higher, but it's, I don't know, most likely just going to chop around and not really do much more until the RSI resets, because pretty much every time it's got up here, that was a local top, and you can just see it's made another lower high, and it's probably on a resistance line here, maybe. No, not quite. But yeah, not the best candle. We could have seen a lot more from it, but it's just not time. Like, it really isn't time in the whole grand scheme of things. It's pretty obvious now that if we are betting on crypto, we're pretty much waiting on the business cycle, and we need actual risk on mode for crypto to actually go up how everyone wants it to. In a real fucking bull run, Pepe would have been legit up here, like 60, 80, fucking 100 billion. Pepe, like last cycle you had two coins over 40 bill, and then this cycle our top one went to only 11. Like, what? So we're really just not in the right environment for it, or we weren't, and we're going into it now. But whether or not crypto makes it there, who the fuck knows? So it's going to take a while, in my opinion. The whole thing for the ISM to go up is legit going to take like 6 months, right? This shit isn't just going to magically appear up in fucking 60 plus. It's going to take some time. So yeah, you really can't expect much from crypto for a while. And the same thing I said with Ethereum, like the super trend is red, legit in the entire existence of Ethereum. When the super trend's red, it's like a minimum of 100 days to flip green again. You can see here 150, here 130, and these are the smallest ones, like 100, 105, like 110 or so. And if we get lucky and say it's fucking 90 days or something, it's still late February, but most likely gonna be early March if it does want to get going. So we have a lot of time still until we can really expect anything from crypto, in my opinion. So we still have weeks and months before you can really expect Pepe to be ripping and your meme coins to be going. So yeah, really not a very good situation still, and it's still a pretty shit market to be in. Yeah, but let's have a look at Mog real quick, because I don't think I've shown that. See, we pumped it to 140-ish, and it basically just hit the trend line that it's been rejecting off for literally like 6 months now. And we just, hit it, rejected, and yeah, nothing to really say there. So yeah, pretty shit overall, pretty weak pumps. They can still, obviously break out, but I just don't see anything mooning for quite some time. We're going to need Ethereum all-time high, we're going to need the ISM going up, and yeah. And we're going to need dominance to drop. So there's still like a lot of shit that needs to come into play, and it's probably going to take some time. But yeah, the stock market is all-time high again. We have S&P 500 right here. Legit made an all-time high yesterday, and pretty much everything is going up. Gold is not all-time high, but it's pretty much recovered that mini dip it had. Same with silver, same with like all the precious metals and all that. So yeah, pretty like good for everything else, and crypto is still just being absolutely shit. But yeah, I think we'll start to like kind of get up, and I do think that we're not going to go lower than where we did go to. At least I fucking hope so. And if we do go lower, it probably is just this was like a bear flag, and same for Bitcoin. And then obviously it's probably just going to be a bear market. But yeah, it doesn't look good at all, and it's going to take a fucking miracle for this shit to recover. But if it does, then if Bitcoin made an all-time high here, pretty much every like 4-year cycle thing was completely invalidated, and it's probably going to be crazy altcoin season and all that. The thing is, like, altcoins on like the bigger charts, they do look good, right? Others BTC, like this shit looks bottomed, and it just looks like a big falling wedge. Like, if we go off this, you can see it is legit a falling wedge, and it's been in a downtrend for a very long time. And it's like, do you really think altcoins can drop another 95%? Like, yeah, they can, but it's like, pretty much everything's going to be completely dead in crypto at that point. So yeah, I think we will see an altcoin season, in my opinion, which is completely fucking crazy to even say, because this cycle is so weird. Like, it just doesn't feel right for Bitcoin to be so high for so long and not have a bear market. But like, it's going to take another 6 months realistically. And yeah, but it's possible. So we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, altcoins on the bigger charts do look good, and dominance does look bad. So this is legit a head and shoulders right here. You can see left shoulder here, head, and then your other shoulders right here. This shit most likely is going to break down, and then that's obviously Bitcoin losing dominance in the whole market, and there's more market share going into Ethereum and altcoins. So yeah, like, there's good setups, and we just need to see how this whole thing plays out. Realistically, we need the ISM to go up. We need actual risk on. It's clear that people don't want to buy anything in crypto other than Bitcoin until we're in an actual risk on environment. So yeah, the game is going to take a bit longer than most people thought. We can still, I think we will have an uptrend, and I do think that ideally the bottom is in for like the big things. We do have like a monthly fucking doji right here, which is normally a reversal kind of thing. And it is somewhat of a head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders. See, you've got this right here, and then your head, and then another shoulder here. It's a little bit retarded, but it is technically a bullish chart. So yeah, I just think this cycle is going to take a lot longer than most cycles did, and we're either going to go up and make a bunch of money, or it's going to go to fucking zero, and you'll lose pretty much anything you have left in the market. But by now, it's like, who the fuck cares? See if we're going to go up or down, who the fuck knows? But you're right, it's better to bet on it going up than it, going to zero, because at least you make fucking money then. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Not anything else to talk about really. And yeah, so yeah, see you all next week. Thanks for watching.